digits in consecutive games after moving back into the starting lineup. She's really starting to impact her team, and she is a game changer when she gets hot from behind the arc and sure to be a focal point of the UNC defense.
Just found out before we got this one started, big news for the Blue Devils. Kara Lawson is not here tonight, out due to health and safety protocols. Winston Gandy is going to be the acting head coach here tonight as he squares off against Courtney Banghart. As the Blue Devils are at home looking for their 14th win of the season, the Tar Heels are 16th, and off we go from Cameron Indoor Stadium. The Tar Heels control the opening tap. Kelly, we just talked about her behind the back of the dribble, getting into the paint. Working it for Poole. North Carolina coming off a 38-point outing, looking to get the offense going here tonight.
Typically a very high-scoring team. Duke coming out in pressure man-to-man. Carolina with the offensive rebound to start the game, but we have a travel.
One of the top rebounding teams in the ACC. No shock to see them hitting the glass early with Poole. You saw Littlefield get a touch, missing that shot early. She really stirs the drink. A very young team, but she's one of those grad transfers for Courtney Banghart.
She played 2 years for Courtney Banghart when Courtney was coaching at Princeton, and she's come in as a graduate student and really has given this team a lot of leadership and guidance.
Here's the talented point guard for the Blue Devils, Day Wilson. Santa right elbow, outside it goes for DeJesus. Good drive off the right side, and the Blue Devils have the early lead.
Vanessa DeJesus coming off an 11-point game against Virginia in that home win. Really looking for her shot more. The Blue Devils need her scoring.
You see the starting five for North Carolina. It's been the same now for 19 consecutive games. Kelly working deep into the shot clock with 12 to shoot. Up top it goes. Todd Williams on the drive. Got to the baseline, had to kick rid of it for Usby. Right side of the lane. The jumper is good, and we're tied at 2.
Alyssa Usby, the sophomore from Rochester, Minnesota. One of 4 sophomores in this very young starting lineup for Carolina.
DeJesus into the corner, and a 3-ball's up out of the hands of Day Wilson. That won't go. 39% on the year, and this is what Duke wanted to stop coming in here tonight. North Carolina leaking out in transition, and Todd Williams gets the bucket.
Carolina loves to run. They love pace, and they can get it out and down the floor quickly and really want to exploit Duke's transition defense. Getting a good one right there.
Off the right, 3-ball up, a little bit too strong for Lexi Gordon, the graduate transfer from Texas Tech, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Blue Devils. And we're talking about Winston Gandy, the acting head coach here tonight. Been with Kara Lawson for these 2 years. Spent the previous 3 at Rice. A historic run for the Owls in Conference USA. Won 72 games, 42-8 in CUSA in the 18-19 season. Won a school record 28 games in their first Conference USA title as a part of the staff there. Big spot, though, stepping up in a rivalry game as the acting head coach.
Well, but what's great for Winston Gandy is he has 2 former head coaches sitting on the bench with him in Beth Cunningham and Tia. So he's got a great support group sitting there, and they'll all coach this game together in Coach Lawson's absence.
Interesting matchup tonight at the point. You saw Littlefield in transition there. DeJesus with a nice play along the baseline to keep it loose. Steal for the Tar Heels, though, and a chance to get on the run. That was something both coaches talked to us about. North Carolina wanted to run, and Kara Lawson, we talked to her earlier this week, wanted to keep them out of transition.
Yeah, Carolina's really good in transition. Duke likes the up-tempo game as well, but Carolina also does a great job finding the gaps, getting to the rim.
What a start for Kennedy Todd Williams, a sophomore out of Jacksonville, North Carolina. The only one in double figures in that game against Georgia Tech, had 10, 4 here in the early going, and North Carolina has scored the last 6 to lead by 4. Into the right corner it goes for a Gordon 3, and that's a big bucket for the Blue Devils.
That's a good sign for the Blue Devils. Lexi Gordon, she can shoot it from behind the arc. Nice find by Day Wilson on the assist.
Kelly gets inside, spun to the middle, looking for some space, nothing doing. Fed it off for Usby. Inside it goes, off the window, left it short. Got her own rebound, though. Whistle, though, we're going to get a foul in the rebounding action. It's going to go on Usby, and that's her first. And that's the first foul on either side.
Good hustle by both teams on the glass, though, and that's going to make a big difference, limiting second shot opportunities, just getting those hustle plays. And do Carolina, every play, every basket counts.
Tar Heels average about 45 rebounds a game. That leads the ACC as Day Wilson can't finish inside. And North Carolina trying to leak out down the right sideline with Todd Williams. She's had the hot hand early. Into the paint she goes. Now back up top for Kelly, and they'll reset. Two teams have been playing really good defense of late, and it feels like this could maybe have a defensive flavor to it as they go inside for Usby. Off the left window, pretty move, and she'll have a chance for 3.
That's just great execution, a beautiful screen. Must be coming off that flex screen with the curl cut and lays it in. She's got so much versatility, and it's a great pass inside. She keeps it high, and she finishes through the contact. She's fired up about that one.
I'm sure that's someone that Courtney Banghart wanted to get going. You look at the last couple of games, the last two, only averaging about 6.5 and 4.5 rebounds. She averages about 8.3 per game. Talking about rebounding, that's good for 4th in the league and 13 a game. Converts on the free throw in 5 here in the early going to build a 4-point lead for North Carolina.
Yeah, she's such a big part of their offensive scheme, and she has so much versatility. At 6'1", played in the post in high school, but they really like to play her at a 3 and a stretch 4, give her an opportunity to play inside out.
Here's a 3 from up top, and it's Elizabeth Balagoon who knocks one down.
Elizabeth Balagoon, the 2019 ACC Freshman of the Year. She's played her college career at Georgia Tech, at Louisville, and now at Duke, and she is a potent scorer for the Blue Devils.
Duke hunting the lead. Into the corner it goes. Day Wilson, a good look, wants to drive though. Got inside, off the window, left it short, and the rebound kicks out. A chance to run for the Tar Heels with Littlefield. In transition 3-on-1 into the corner for a 3-ball for Todd Williams, and it won't go. It crawled off a couple of different times, and a nice rebound inside for Jade Williams, making her 13th start tonight.
Day Wilson's decision making, her shot selection is going to be important tonight as we see DeJesus pull up from behind the 3. A good shot for her.
Offensive rebound for Gordon wouldn't go, and here comes North Carolina the other way. An early good start on the glass from a Duke perspective. 5 apiece here on the rebounding action, and a nice block inside for Jade Williams, and the foul is going to go against North Carolina.
Jade Williams, the senior, she's had the experience. She's one of only 3 Duke players who have played in a Duke-Carolina game. Only 2 players for the Tar Heels have played in a Duke-Carolina game. So due to the COVID season where Duke sat out and then transfers and young players, very few players on the court tonight have participated in this matchup.
Yeah, they last met March 1st of 2020. Duke won that one 73-54. And Duke has really controlled the series of late, winning 12 of the last 13. Here's Kelly in transition, got into the paint, now wants some help. Usby looking for a handoff, blown up by DeJesus, but she's going to pick up a foul, and that's going to chase us to a timeout. Good start in this one. 4:44 to go in the opening quarter, and North Carolina leads Duke 9-8. Courtney Banghart's Tar Heels with an early lead tonight in Cameron Indoor Stadium, 9-8, coming over to Chapel Hill after a dominant run at Princeton. Spent 12 years there as the head coach, won 7 Ivy League titles, and made 8 NCAA tournaments, and started the year this year, Debbie, 13-0, a really good start for the Tar Heels.
She's done such a tremendous job, just really turning this Carolina program back around in only 3 years at the helm. And you're right, 13-0 to start the season, and really probably ahead of schedule maybe to where she thought they'd be at this point.
Blue Devils piling up the block shots early. Volker got that one, the freshman out of Purcellville, Virginia. So a chance for the Blue Devils to grab the lead here midway through the opening quarter.
Coach Banghart talked about ball screen defense and how good Duke was using ball screen handoffs, as we see Day Wilson, Duke's leading scorer, the freshman, for the pull-up.
Top freshman scorer in the ACC. Only 5 freshmen have ever led Duke in scoring. We'll see how it pans out the rest of the year, but pretty impressive stuff for the Ontario native. Driving inside off the right side, off the window for Kelly, and she'll shoot 2.
See Shai come off the screen. She's really got a great mid-range with the pull-up. Not very big in stature, but she knows how to create space with her dribble, elevates for that pull-up jump shot. So pretty.
That foul is on DeJesus, and she'll head to the bench with 3:56 to play here in the opening quarter. Her second foul already. That's a bit of a storyline because the Blue Devils have been shuffling the lineup, and those 2 point guards have been so good for them, as the first free throw is good.
Well, it's been 2 games now that both DeJesus and Day Wilson have started together side by side with 2 point guards in the lineup. Mila Goodchild's also used to play the point sometimes, so Duke has a couple of options, but nonetheless, DeJesus sitting down is a little bit of a hit for them early in this game.
1 of the 2 at the line. The free throws were a real problem in Atlanta for Courtney Banghart's squad in that loss to Georgia Tech. 3 of 11. Tied at 10, under 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Day Wilson to the right. Balagoon's going to try another one. This one is offline left. Volker, though, trying to save it. Can't for Day Wilson. It starts to break the other way. Todd Williams, a fast start already with 4, trying to find Kelly. and she can't hit a three, but another second chance opportunity for the Tar Heels.
See how Carolina loves to shoot the three in transition, getting second shot opportunities.
This time the Blue Devils able to pull a rebound. Day Wilson brings it up. Goodchild back out there. As we told you, didn't play against Virginia due to health and safety protocols. If you're just joining us, no Carol Lawson tonight for the Blue Devils. She's in health and safety protocols. Is going inside and getting the shot blocked is Aname Akinbody-James. I know someone you're incredibly impressed with.
Well, she's a senior. She's been here for a while. She's a double major in electrical engineering and computer science, and she's just been so steady in the paint for the Blue Devils this season. She defends, she blocks shots, she makes layups around the rim, and she just gets her job done night in and night out.
They're going to get Goodchild on a charge, and that is now 4 team fouls on the Blue Devils here in this opening quarter, so the Tar Heels are going to the bonus on the next common foul. Tied at 10. North Carolina averages about 76 points a game. The Blue Devils 71. The Blue Devils scoring a little bit better at home, as you might expect, as there's a corner three that goes down for Alexandra Zelaya.
Coach Banghart telling us when you play on the road, you have to make shots. And right now, Tar Heels executing on the offensive end, getting good looks at the basket.
Day Wilson can't answer the rebound for Kelly. North Carolina chance to add to a three-point lead. Nearly turned it over. It's Day Wilson. Crafty out there, even for a youngster. Driving inside, Todd Williams left it short on the runner, and the rebound for Day Wilson. Leaking out behind the pack as Volker can't find her, going to take it herself. Oh, an open driving lane, and she lays it in.
That was a little bit of a defensive miscue right there. Somebody has to stop the ball. I think little lack of communication and easy lay-in for Day Wilson.
How about that three a moment ago for Zelaya? Came into the game 1 of 14 from distance, just her second of the season. Now with that for the Blue Devils in transition, give and go. Volker off the left window, and Duke has the lead.
Back and forth we go. Lee Volker, the 5'11 freshman from Paul VI High School in Northern Virginia.
Kelly going to try to answer. Too strong, and a rebound for Goodchild. Blue Devils with all the momentum right now. North Carolina's missed 8 of their last 9 shots from the field. Balagoon hits again.
That's what Balagoon can do. She's so versatile. She can play multiple defensive positions, multiple offensive positions, and gives you the basket when you need her most.
6 straight. And Duke leads by 3. Final minute of the opening quarter. Kelly's got it. Over to the left, Usby. Crossing over, trying to get the baseline. Put the shoulder into Volker and got it to go.
Great tough shot by Utsby. Working it from the pinch post, taking it off the dribble. Impressive shot.
She's their leading scorer with 7. Balagoon pacing the Blue Devils with 5. Here's Balagoon again. Got the hot hand. Inside she goes to the corner. Day Wilson thought about it. 3 steps closer, and it won't go. Offensive rebound. Balagoon will shoot 2, as I believe Deja Kelly just picked up her first.
Great work on the glass by Balagoon, getting herself to the free throw line. Jade Williams back in the game for Akinbody-James. Lexi Gordon joins her as well.
This is the 6th different lineup that Carol Lawson squad has deployed in 8 league games. You think about the stability for Courtney Banghart in her starting lineup, but we were talking with Carol Lawson yesterday. You know, everybody on the team knows they're going to play. They're not super worried about who's going to start as the first free throw goes down, and you can see right to the bench, the acting head coach tonight, Winston Gandy, comfortable doing that, and they've responded coming off the bench.
Coach Lawson's a big believer in practice, that you don't practice starters and second team, and she creates that continuity in practice, and it's really served them well with so many injuries and so many players missing time because of COVID protocol. So she said every night you have to be ready when your number's called. You have to get out there and play, and that's exactly what her team's been doing through this period of time with different starting lineups in every game.
And they lead by 3, under 10 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Spinning in traffic, a kick out for Hodgson. 3 ball on the right is good, and a chance for 4. Littlefield knocks it down, her 20th of the season. And just like that, North Carolina might have a chance to grab the lead before the end of the opening quarter.
Nice kick out Hodgson to Littlefield, knocks it down with the foul on the line to convert the 4-point play, and back and forth we go in true Duke Carolina fashion.
These games are always intense, always fun as the free throw is good. So 4 seconds to go in the quarter. See what Day Wilson can do. 2 and 1, gonna launch at the buzzer. A little bit too strong, but it was online. A fun first 10 minutes. North Carolina with a 19-18 lead on the road here in Durham. Off we go to the second quarter, Cameron Indoor Stadium. David Schmidt alongside Debbie Taylor. Great to have you with us for the 102nd meeting between Duke and Carolina. You get a look at Winston Gandy, who's the acting head coach tonight. Carol Lawson not here due to health and safety protocols. The Blue Devils displaying 6 different starting lineups in 8 league games. You see at the bottom, North Carolina has had the same starting lineup in all 9 league games for them, but it has been a crazy shuffle, and because a lot of it is because health and safety protocols, and Carol Lawson was talking with us about that, about COVID hits teams differently. A lot of teams have had to go on pause. Duke hasn't had to do that, but they haven't been whole in league play, Debbie.
Yeah, and she thinks they can really take it to the next level when everybody gets back, and they're expecting everybody to get back, and they can really be whole, as she says. But there is no substitute for continuity and consistency and having your team together all the time. So hopefully the Blue Devils will be back full speed ahead soon.
Inside, the Tar Heels go a little bit too far in front on the intended pass for Littlefield, but Duke touched it last. Very clean opening quarter. 4 turnovers for the Blue Devils. 3 in that opening quarter, 4 for the game. North Carolina only turned it over twice. Tar Heels shooting at a 37% clip. Duke 35%. Kelly with it now. Fell down, and I think you're going to get a trip call. And that is 2 on Day Wilson. So that's both point guards with 2 now. As DeJesus left with about 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter with 2.
Looks like Coach Gandy's going to leave Day Wilson in the game.
Driving the left side, scooping it up. Kelly blocked out of there by Williams, but a foul's going to be called. That'll be the first on Williams.
She got by Shida Wilson, but Jade's there protecting the rims. You see the nice hesitation dribble. She gets by one. And a little bit, looks like a little foul with the body right there. Yeah, and the clean block, but got her with the hip. Sends her to the line.
Tar Heels 3 of 4 at the line. First at Tintier, crawls off on the right side. Cleaning up, they're going to say that's just the first foul on Day Wilson, so good news for the Blue Devils, and she's going to stay on the floor. DeJesus the only one with 2.
I said the Tar Heels were 3 for 11 from the free throw line against Georgia Tech, so hopefully they clean that up today.
On the year, they hit him at a 68% clip. North Carolina scored the last 5, stretching back to that opening quarter, and they lead by 2. Back and body James off for Gordon, running the weave up top. Day Wilson looks like she wants to drive. Inside she goes, has some space, but going to get called for an offensive foul on the push-off.
And that's Eva Hodgson, the junior transfer from the College of William & Mary. She's their 6th man, and has a good argument for her 6th player of the year. You see Day Wilson lean in, push off, and Hodgson right there to take the charge.
So now each of the point guards with 2 for Winston Gandy, and already 3 fouls on Duke here in the second quarter. We're just over a minute into it. Hodgson bodied up top, bothered by Gordon. Into left corner it goes. Todd Williams on a drive. Backs out, swings one up top. Usby can't find any room, so back for Hodgson. Todd Williams, a baseline drive. Outside it goes for Zelaya, going to try 2, and it swirls around and goes. She averages 1.7 points per game on the season already with 5 here tonight.
She's brought her game to this rivalry. There's great ball movement by Carolina. And sometimes you run a play and sometimes you make a play. And Zelaya right there with a nice shot fake and the pull-up.
4 assists on 8 made shots for Courtney Banghart's squad. And now the Blue Devils turn it over for the 6th time tonight. And as Goodchild couldn't find that one. It was 7:52 to play here in the second quarter. This is now 7 unanswered for the Tar Heels. So Balogun will leave. We see Havas for the first time, the senior out of Windermere, Florida.
Carolina is their defense is really tough. They can put great pressure on the ball. They're number 5 in the country, holding opponents to 33% field goal percentage on the game.
Mustby couldn't finish inside. Goodchild headed the other way. Gonna have to run the point here with Day Wilson and DeJesus on the bench. Goodchild on a drive, got inside, in on 2 defenders, couldn't finish. Good post position, and then on the putback, it's blocked out of the hands of Akinbody James. In transition now, Todd Williams able to score.
It's just a great defensive stop by Carolina and get out in transition with the easy lay-in. They love to push it. They love the tempo. Duke is going to have to get back in transition defense.
A kick ball, so they'll stop it with 7 minutes to go. We get another look how quickly the Tar Heels get down the floor.
July with a nice block. Usby with the pass ahead and the beautiful lay-in by Kennedy Todd Williams. Great Carolina basketball right there.
Put your head coach's hat on. I know you did it for 16 years at William & Mary. You start thinking, okay, I've got 2 point guards in the starting lineup. They both go out with 2 fouls. How much does that change things in the second quarter?
Mila Goodchild's a senior, and she's very capable at running the point, and sometimes she's more composed and a better decision maker, so I like her out there right now. Blue Devils just have to really buckle down on defense, contest every shot, get back in defensive transition, and patience on the offensive end, better execution. They did a great job against Virginia in the first half. Great tempo on offense, good reads, good ball movement, but the Carolina defense is clearly being disruptive right now, making them play a little faster than they want to.
And just as quickly as we talk about that, Littlefield picks up her second. The 3 won't go out of the hands of Goodchild, and North Carolina head the other way, already up by 6. In transition, Kelly can't hit, and it's out of bounds and over to the Blue Devils. So all 3 point guards in this game saddled with 2 fouls. What do you think about foul difficulty down around the post, around the bucket?
Well, you don't see a whole lot of size out there. There's a lot of guards on the floor right now.
Goodchild for Volker. Oh, a nice steal by Usby and a chance to run behind the defense to lay it in. And just like that, Winston Gandy wants to talk it over. 6:23 to play until halftime. 26-18, the Tar Heels have opened up an 8-point lead here on the road.
And it's Alyssa Usby, the sophomore, filling up the stat sheet for Carolina. 9 points, 4 rebounds. She can get you on the pull-off. She can get you on the curl cut. She can create off the dribble. And she can also defend and get in the passing lane and take it the length of the court and score for her team. She's so effective and so productive for Carolina, leading her team in numerous categories, impacting the stat sheet all over the place.
As you said, the 4th leading rebounder in the ACC, already 7 double-doubles on the season, as you said, headed that way again here tonight.
She's only 6'1". She's 4th in the conference in rebounding. She's 1st on her team in steals, 2nd in assists. She just gets it done.
And the Blue Devils pick up yet another foul on the offensive end. This time it's Akinbody James with the charge. As we get another peek, driving inside, stepping out that restricted area. Oh, maybe having a heel inside of it was Kelly. Close call along the baseline.
Right now the Carolina defense is just firing on all cylinders. Nice job on the screen and roll there, but UNC right there to take the charge.
4th foul of the quarter, so the Tar Heels are in the bonus now. Looking to add to an 8-point lead. 3 balls up. Oh, it banked in.
Blue Devils switching to a 2-3 zone, and Carolina exploiting that right out of the gate.
Todd Williams with her 14th 3 of the year. She was 29%. We mentioned earlier Zelaya came in at 7% from 3. But it's been that kind of night for North Carolina. Everything working, and they lead by 10. They're going to call that a long 2. 5:32 to play here in the half as Duke gets one inside, and Jade Williams ends the scoring drought that had been about 5 minutes stretching back to the opening quarter.
And she's the tallest person on the floor, and that's a good decision to get it inside, but Carolina comes right back, and Deja Kelly fires away for 2 more.
You knew Kelly would be fired up here tonight. 6 points last time out against Georgia Tech. Her only game this season not in double figures, and she's got 4 here in the early going as Goodchild launches and leaves it short on a 3 from the left corner. And we get a whistle and a tie-up, and their alternating possession is going to give it back to North Carolina.
Good look by Mila Goodchild. Duke just needs one of those to fall right now.
And you look at what North Carolina's been able to do on the offensive end. There's Todd Williams with the long two. They're really heating up, shooting at 46% from the field. They've hit 2 threes and 4 of 6 at the line. And Hodgson has it now.
Blue Devils going to stay in the 2-3 zone. Good ball movement by Carolina, and another three. Deja Kelly again.
You mentioned it was a struggle from 3 last time out against Georgia Tech. 3 of 13 the game before, 5 of 23 against Virginia, but tonight they're falling. 3 of 6 and a 13-point cushion, and a blocking foul is going to be called here on Kelly, and that's her second.
They have not shot well on the road. We said in this one, anything can happen, and they've come into Cameron and are right now putting on a show.
Made each of their last 4 shots, and you keep an eye on the turnovers. Duke turns it over about 17 times a game. North Carolina forces about 20, and the Blue Devils already with 8 here tonight turning it over. I mean, you look on the road, it hasn't been pretty for Courtney Banghart's squad. 1-3, 56 points a game, but they are playing some of their best basketball on the road here tonight. In transition again, pretty pass, nifty finish, Hodgson scores.
Beautiful transition, textbook, so unselfish.
Goodchild trying to answer. It's an air ball, and right now everything flowing the way of North Carolina.
Blue Devils really need to settle down, get it done on the defensive end, get a stop here. Nice lead pass by Usby, nice drop pass to Hodgson, and she lays it in. Transition game working for Carolina tonight.
35-20. We're going under 4 minutes to play in the opening half. Usby inside. Pump fake and a fade away. Wow, got that one too.
Usby is just so good off that baseline curl cut. She gets Volkner on her back, and she's just crafty with the ball, able to finish that.
First for either team into double figures with 11. And it's 37-20. It's 18-2 Tar Heels here in the second quarter. Volker trying to answer on the baseline, but I think we're going to get an illegal screen. They're going to call it on Jade Williams, so wave off the basket. I mean, the fouls are really piling up for the acting head coach Winston Gandy as we get a second peek. What do you think?
And Jay Williams leaned into that one a little bit too much, bent over at the waist, led with her arms, and got called for the foul, and that's a shame. The Volkner knocked down a bucket that Duke really needs right now.
Blue Devils are 1 of 7 in this quarter, 0 for 3 from distance. North Carolina's hit 8 of their 10 shots, and they're only 3.
Carolina's just moving the ball easily, getting what they want. Driving line right there, right to the rim. Coach Lawson talked about they're going to have to close up the driving lines. She doesn't want her team having to help and rotate a lot, but Carolina's really, really good when they put the ball on the floor.
Todd Williams with 10. It's 39-20. Good give and go inside, and a bucket off the left side for Lexi Gordon.
Beautiful, beautiful feed by Akinbade James to Lexi Gordon. Great execution.
Hodgson swings it to the right corner. Zelaya can't hit her second 3. The rebound for Gordon, tapped loose by Usby, but she's going to pick up her second foul, reaching in.
It's a great box out right there by Lexi Gordon, and that's what Duke needs to do. Everybody's got to have a body on the shot, box out, get that ball, and get out and go.
So no Carol Lawson for the Blue Devils tonight, out with health and safety protocols. If you're Winston Gandy and the rest of this coaching staff, you're down by 17 at home. These final 2:40 of the second quarter, what do you need to do before you get in the locker room?
Just stay the course, and you have to really play defense with energy and get some stops and just extra precision on the offensive end with your execution. As we see another give and go. Lexi Gordon this time to Akinbade James for the lay-in. And that's exactly it. Patience on offense. Take your time, take care of the ball, execute, get an easy look at the basket, and then get some stops down here. Blue Devils have had a hard time getting stops on the defensive end.
Day Wilson back out there with 2 fouls, the leading scorer for the Blue Devils at 12 a game. As Zelaya fires again, all of a sudden she likes to fire from deep. Came into the game 1 of 14, hit one earlier, and now she's 1 of 3.
Coach Gandy calling out the play here. This is another opportunity to chip into this lead. Get your play call set, get everybody in the right place.
Akinbade James looking for a back cut, has it. Gordon forced it up, and she'll shoot 2.
Right now it's the Akinbade James Lexi Gordon show. The two of them working together. It's a great post tandem. Looking for your post buddy. Lexi Gordon's going to go to the free throw line.
A 70% free throw shooter, 19 of 27 on the year. Blue Devils have been led in scoring tonight by Balagoon with 7. Gordon's got 5. We talked about the 2 in double figures already for Courtney Banghardt's squad. 11 for Utsby and 10 for Todd Williams as this one kicks off.
Well, and Gordon's leadership is going to be important as this game goes into the second half. She's a graduate student. She's played at Texas Tech. She's played in big games. She has the experience. Her leadership and her scoring are going to be key.
Averages about 9 a game, close to 7 in league play. So it's down to 14. It's been as big as 19. The Blue Devils have scored the last 5. Littlefield looking to drive, cut off, swings one outside for a Hodgson 3, and they got another one.
Talked about Hodgson, the transfer. She's the 6th player. She comes off the bench. She plays with great energy. She has such a strong work ethic.
North Carolina shooting 71% in the quarter, 52% for the game. And with 1 minute to go until the half, they lead by 17 on the road. Akinbadi James for Goodchild. Back for Akinbadi James. Better ball movement on this possession. Put it up and couldn't finish. And a whistle and a foul on the rebounding action. Called on Akinbadi James as we get a look. You've been talking all night about the ball movement for North Carolina. This time it pays off in a 3.
Yeah, and ball movement is slowed down by ball pressure. And right now the Duke defense is not what we've seen earlier in the season and as of late. And Carolina just really able to move the ball and get the shots that they want, and they're knocking them down.
With 2 fouls, Akinbadi James to the bench, and Amaya Finkley-Guidi comes in. Another graduate transfer, this time from Syracuse, the Massachusetts native. 2 free throws here as North Carolina's in the bonus. And that hit the top of the backboard, the bracket, and still fell in. And that kind of night shooting the basketball. First point of the night for Anya Poole, the sophomore out of Raleigh. Second attempt, short. Finkley got the rebound but had it stolen. Todd Williams now. North Carolina sitting on 43 points. They had 38 the entire night against Georgia Tech.
Really had a tough time scoring against Georgia Tech, the best defense in the ACC.
Nice find inside, and again, Poole able to lay it in. And just like that, the lead balloons to 20.
And that's Hodgson again, doing the little things with the beautiful assist.
Shot clock off, final 15 seconds of the opening half. Goodchild going to try long 2, draws a foul, and she'll get free throws. And that'll be the second on Kennedy Todd Williams. Get another look at that passing we've been talking about all night.
Just beautiful teamwork. They're working so well together on the offensive end. Everything going their way right now.
8 assists on 18 made field goals.
And that's what you want to see as a coach, sharing the basketball, everybody getting an opportunity.
And they've only got 2 turnovers tonight. Came in averaging about 14 a game. They have yet to turn it over, and what has turned into a dominant second quarter where North Carolina is 11 of 15 from the field, 2 of 4 from deep, and they've outscored Duke 26-7. You think back to when the Blue Devils had an 18-15 lead in this game late in that opening quarter. I mean, since then, what, 30-7.
Well, a couple players in foul trouble, your point guards, and that's key. Both of them with 2 fouls. And you know, as we said, Carolina's been playing the same starting lineup all season. Duke, unfortunately, has to continue to change starting lineups and play a variety of different players and really having a hard time finding continuity. And it looks like it in this game. They've weathered the storm as of late. They had a good game against Virginia. But right now, really struggling to score and letting Carolina have their way on the defensive end. 1
out of 2 for Goodchild, and Todd Williams buries one at the buzzer. Emblematic of this entire first half that was dominated by Courtney Banghardt's squad. Just domination.
Just a great half of basketball by Carolina, and I think both coaches, so many new players in this game coming into this one, really didn't know what the first half was going to look like, but Carolina has put an exclamation point on this one, executing on the offensive end, wreaking havoc on the defensive end, and taking a 21-point lead into the half.
47, Day Wilson and Gordon.
These possessions out of timeouts are important. Coach can draw a play, really plan to execute, get the ball in the hands of the player that you want to have it. Look for a little mismatch. Nice switch there by Carolina.
And Balogun can't hit the jumper off the right baseline for North Carolina. The starters are back out there, right back to transition. Usby can't hit though, and a chance for Duke to run. 3-on-2. It's Goodchild along the baseline. Found a cutter, but Williams couldn't handle it cleanly. Day Wilson able to clean it up, and they can reset with 20 to shoot. Gordon, a good look. Couldn't get the roll, but a foul on the rebounding action as Poole picks up her first. And that was one of the bright spots in that opening half. The Blue Devils did a nice job on the glass against one of the best rebounding teams in the ACC.
For sure, and Jade Williams needs to get involved a little bit more as you see her really fight for that rebound. She's the tallest player on the floor. She's a graduate student. She's got the experience. She can really impact her team in a lot of ways on the glass and in the scoring column.
Goodchild got into the paint, trying to bounce pass, cutting in front, taking it away is Todd Williams. Had 12 in that first half.
You got to roll, and you got to roll hard to the basket.
Littlefield didn't play the final 6:46 of the second quarter because of some foul trouble of her own. Looking for a backdoor cut to her, and Day Wilson read it, knocked it out of bounds, 11 to shoot. And you already see a subtle improvement for the Blue Devils on the defensive end, getting in some of those passing lanes that were open in that first half.
Yeah, they need to play with a lot more energy, and it looks like they've turned it up a notch coming out here in the second half. Nice deflection by Day Wilson.
Kelly can't hit a long two, and the rebound inside for Jade Williams.
Nice job by Jade Williams right there on that rebound.
Day Wilson on the drive, high off the window and in.
She is a crowd favorite. She's able to create some shots for herself and knock down some tough shots. And that's what Duke needs. They need to get the crowd behind them there and just continue to chip away at this lead.
The Crazies have certainly shown up tonight at Cameron Indoor Stadium. They're itching to get back into this game with the home team down by 19. If Duke can put together a run, it'll get awfully loud inside this building as Littlefield goes inside. Oh, got it blocked. Swatted out of there by Williams.
A little fire from Jade Williams, and that's what her team needs from her. As you see, graduate student, she's in there. Beautiful timing.
Ended the night with 17. That was a pretty one. Usby trying to go to work on Gordon. One to shoot. Tough fadeaway. Too strong. So you get a bucket and a stop. It's a 19-point game, as you said. Timeout to timeout. You try to work your way back into it.
Nice box out by the Blue Devils, and that's going to be key on every shot as well, making sure everybody has a body on them. No second shot opportunities, no easy buckets for UNC.
Williams backdoor found Gordon. A little pull up. Got that one.
And that's a great answer. When you play against great pressure defense, you've got to have some pressure release options like the back cut there. Nice job by Lexi Gordon. Good pass by Jade Williams. And Duke continues to eat into the Carolina lead.
Littlefield wants to drive, got by Goodchild. It crawled around and went down. Carly Littlefield now with 6 on the night. And the Tar Heel lead is 19, 49-30.
Carolina likes that isolation play on the wing, and that time just Goodchild just not doing a good job keeping her player in front of her. No help side defense on that one.
You can see Day Wilson, such a comfortable ball handler. Oh, nice find to Goodchild. Can't hit a three, though, and Usby chases down the rebound to the corner.
Goodchild struggles from behind the arc continue tonight.
0 for 5. She's 0 for 6 from the field. Remember, didn't play in the game against Virginia due to health and safety protocols. And you were talking about that off air. You've seen that across the country when players come back off of those absences. And we're talking about this about with Carol Lawson. It's not just the game. You miss practice time as well, as this jumper's no good out of the hands of Kelly.
Yeah, missing 5 days of practice is tough, and then it's also, a little bit on your cardio, and it takes you a little while to come back off of that.
Balogun can't hit from 17 out. Slow shooting start on both ends of the floor here in the second half. Duke 2 of 6, North Carolina 1 of 6. And the lead is 19. And we get a whistle, and a timeout's going to be taken by Courtney Banghart. We'll take it as well. 6:13 to go here in this third quarter. Duke trying to fight their way back into it, down by 19 here at home. Back inside Cameron Indoor Stadium, where Kennedy Todd Williams has been spectacular for the Tar Heels.
The sophomore, 5'11" sophomore, she's got 12 points on 6 of 8 shooting, and the coaching staff telling us how she's really starting to mature as a player. She's in the gym all the time, working on her game. She had 10 points against Georgia Tech and a career-high 15 at UVA, and she's been a scoring machine in this one, David.
Big reason why North Carolina is up by 19 on the road. 49-30, looking for their first win in this building in nearly 8 years. The last time they won, February 10, 2014, 89-78. And they have it here out of the timeout. Littlefield and Kelly. DeJesus back out there for the first time since the opening quarter, playing defense for the Blue Devils. Littlefield with 4 to shoot. 2 and 1. Usby, I don't think they know it, going to have to launch, and Kelly hits a 3. Wow.
And all that defense, 29.8 seconds, and that's deflating. Nice to have Vanessa DeJesus back out on the court for Duke, give their team a little confidence. Their point guard is usually out there with them.
This 22-point lead is the biggest of the night as we come up on the midway point of the third quarter. DeJesus trying to answer, and she does.
Off the bench into the game and giving her team a scoring punch. Duke offense just looks so out of sync tonight. They look so good a Sunday against UVA. Good timing, good passing, and just really struggling. You have to credit Carolina's defense for the pressure and changing the tempo, the cadence of Duke's offense.
DeJesus brings it up this time, greeted by Littlefield. Balagoon and Williams. DeJesus the 3 moment ago. No room to shoot this time, so she'll drive into the paint. Little pull up. Oh, nice start for her second half.
She was their leading scorer with 11 points against Virginia. I'm sure the coaching staff likes that she's starting to look for her shot more because they need more scoring from her this season.
She's 3 of 4 tonight from the field, and now tied with Balagoon with 7 points. Gordon paces the team with 8. Kelly. And now Todd Williams with 5 to shoot. Into the paint, forgot the basketball. Somehow got it back. And a kick out for Littlefield. Long 2. No. But an offensive rebound, a chance to reset. Littlefield going to launch and hit a 3.
That's twice in a row where the Blue Devils played great defense for 28 seconds, had them where they wanted it, and Carolina able to create something out of nothing for 6 points.
Williams. Now for Volker. Got to the left baseline, no room to work though. Back up top, dangerous pass, it's taken away. Usby in transition, got inside, forced it up, and just like that, the lead's back to 22.
How about Usby and her anticipation? Second time we've seen her do that tonight. She just sees the pass coming, she's in the passing lane, and she takes it and she lays it in on the other end.
And you look, that's 8 steals tonight for Courtney Banghart's squad. And they're outscoring Duke 20-4 off of turnovers.
Well, I think we can see why they are 5th best defense in the country.
Goodchild got inside, couldn't hit. DeJesus got an offensive rebound, went for the spectacular finish, but drew a foul, and she'll be shooting free throws when we come back. We get another look at the transition game for North Carolina that's been so good here tonight. Usby taking it coast to coast. A big reason why they're up by 22 here on the road. North Carolina flirting late in the shot clock on their last couple of threes, and during the timeout they went to the monitor, took a peek at the one from Deja Kelly, and as you get a look, it's still in her right hand as she launched and hit at the end of the shot clock. They've gone to the monitor and actually waved this one off, so take 3 points off the board for North Carolina, makes it 54-35. If you're wondering, here are the rules that they apply. They do it at the next media timeout to keep play glowing. Applies only, of course, when the try is successful, and the rules change a little bit when you get to the fourth quarter, but it does bring Duke a little bit closer to 19 now, Debbie, and going to the free throw line out of the timeout.
It does. That was a little bit of a dagger at that point in the game for Duke, and give them an opportunity here with Vanessa DeJesus on the line to chop into this lead a little bit more. 3:20 left in the quarter.
And you're talking about DeJesus, a sophomore out of Valencia, California. Duke was kind of looking for a spark, right? You're down by 20 at home, and it feels like she's starting to provide that if they can string together some stops.
You know, and she's a freshman eligibility-wise, but she played last year. She was here practicing, and Duke only played four games last year due to COVID, but she's got that year under her belt, and you want to have your point guard on the floor. She's been their starting point guard for the majority of the season. They look to her, they rely on her, and she's really been continuing to grow in her game.
1 out of 2 at the line, long rebound, and able to gobble it up as Hodgson. So the margin's 18, 54-36 with just over 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Usby on the drive. Kicks out for Hodgson, penetrates, kicks out for an Usby 3, and that's a big bucket for the Tar Heels.
They've been doing a great job all night on that drive to the rim, and once they're able to break through and get past their defender, the help has to come, and they know where the shooter's going to spot up on the perimeter, and they're able to kick it out.
Okay, Wilson with the long 2 off the left. That won't go, and now Todd Williams a chance to run. At 12 in the first half, yet to score here in the second half. That's because Usby's doing a good bit of the damage, and now she's piled up 18. And just like that, it's 59-36.
Just beautiful. They've been so good in transition all night. And if Kennedy Todd Williams isn't knocking it down from the perimeter, she's assisting in transition, doing it all for her team tonight.
Day Wilson for Gordon. She'll try a 3. Too strong. And a long rebound pulled in by Todd Williams. In transition, good look in the left corner, and the 3 ball won't go out of the hands of Hodgson. And Day Wilson a rebound. Blue Devils want to push the pace, down by 23. Wilson coast to coast, got airborne, nearly turned it over, somehow got it back, and then it slipped out of the hands for Hodgson, and a run out for Todd Williams, and we know how that goes.
The Blue Devils need a timeout right now. And there's Coach Gandy with it, just not getting back on defense. They just look tired and not taking care of the ball on the offensive end, and this one can get way out of hand if they don't nip it in the bud right now.
61-36, our score with under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. North Carolina back up by 25. Back inside Cameron Indoor Stadium, David Shumate, Debbie Taylor with you. North Carolina comfortably ahead, 61-36 on the homestanding Blue Devils with under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And you think about North Carolina on the year, a lot of times you think about their defense. They're at the top of the ACC in a number of those different categories. But tonight, Debbie, it's been all about the offense.
Well, they've been shooting at a high percentage. Their offensive transition has been great. And right now, Duke's going to have to show some mental toughness and not let this one really get out of hand. They're not getting back on defense. They've got to take care of the ball on offense. They've got to execute better. There's Jade Williams trying to get to the basket. Carolina has really been stellar in this one.
So Lyle got a piece of that one. So 11 to shoot, and Day Wilson at inbound. Oh, Goodchild came open, left side 3. That one won't go. Been a tough shooting night for Goodchild. 0 for 8, 0 for 6 from deep. Day Wilson an offensive rebound, and she'll have a chance at the free throw line, as it looks like Usby's going to pick up her 3rd.
And the smallest player on the floor getting feisty at the rim, trying to will her team a basket.
And you kind of talk about that. It does feel that way, right? It feels like offense on one end of the floor has been easy and smooth, and on the other end, it's been a fight to get anything.
Everything's been tough. And you know, Carolina's defense is really, really tough. And as we said again, Duke playing with another different lineup tonight, playing without their head coach, playing without their point guards who are in foul trouble for the majority of the first half.
And of course, still without Celeste Taylor, who's been dealing with an upper body injury since the game at Syracuse.
This is her 4th game out, and she was averaging almost 12 points and 6 rebounds a game, and really was a leader for them. They played her first 2 years of basketball at Texas and transferred here to Duke.
And you look at some of the numbers, the difference, the points per game really jumps out at you, about 17. The differential is Todd Williams can't hit a 3 in the corner, and a foul on North Carolina going over the back. But Debbie, those numbers are striking.
Yeah, and Celeste Taylor brings energy, she brings experience, she brings leadership, and they really miss her, especially in this one. It's really visible.
So the foul on Zelaya will be her first. And we're coming up on the final minute here of the third quarter.
Well, and I think the good news for Duke is that they will get Celeste Taylor back. We don't know when, but coaching staff says she is going to come back. Block right there by Hodgson. You just see the hustle by Carolina on the loose balls and all the defensive plays.
And how much easier is that made when shots are falling, and to play aggressively when the momentum's going your way, and kind of the converse right now for the Blue Devils.
Well, but good teams don't let their offense dictate their defense. You know, the ball isn't going to fall every night, and you've got to play consistent defense. That's something you can control. You can control your defensive energy, your defensive effort, and your energy on the glass.
The other stat that's just striking, only 2 turnovers all night long for North Carolina. That's incredible.
And Duke usually forces players into turnovers, forces teams into turnovers, and you're just not seeing that defensive intensity that you typically see from the Blue Devils.
Forcing about 16 a game. As we close in on the final 30 seconds here of the third quarter. And the lead at 23. Duke has missed their last 7 shots from the field and 9 of their last 11. DeJesus trying to change that. Whips one to the left for Goodchild. Going to try another 3. That won't go. Been that kind of night. And the rebound inside for Zelaya. Shot clock is off, and here comes North Carolina.
Yeah, they really needed Mila Goodchild scoring tonight, and she has just had such a hard time getting a shot off. I mean, clearly, scouting report knows they have a hand up in the shooter's face, and Carolina's done a good job limiting Mila Goodchild.
Kelly can't hit at the end of the third quarter. That's about the only thing that's gone wrong for North Carolina here tonight. They lead by 23 on the road as we head to the fourth. Back at Cameron Indoor Stadium, 61-38. North Carolina with a 23-point lead. Debbie, how have they done it?
Well, Coach Banghart told us that they wanted to score in transition tonight, and that is exactly what they've done. They have gotten the rebound. They have picked up their heads. They have passed the ball ahead. They have shared the basketball, and they are shooting at a high percentage clip because they've gotten these easy buckets in transition.
The other thing we were talking about going to the fourth, done a remarkably good job of taking care of the basketball. Only 2 turnovers on the night. Their season low is 8, but that was back in non-conference play. Season low in league play is 12.
Yeah, David, I don't remember ever calling, playing, or coaching a game where there were only 2 turnovers by a team. It's really remarkable.
That's how you build a 23-point lead on the road, as Zelaya can't hit a 3, and the long rebound tapped out, controlled by Todd Williams. A chance to reset. And probably for Courtney Banghart, as much as anything, just work on this clock with this big lead.
There should be in no hurry. I think they'll take transition when they get it, but they can certainly use their time on the offensive end, work on their execution. Maybe for Coach Banghart, the ability. And there's a turnover. We just said it. We cursed it.
3 on 2. Day Wilson ahead. DeJesus back to Day Wilson. Pretty ball movement, and they'll be rewarded with free throws. As Hodgson picks up her first. I'm not taking the fall for that.
I think it was you.
They're having a good game, and here we come along and whack somebody.
You had to bring it up. I was talking about transition.
As you get another look. Nice defense for the Blue Devils, Day Wilson. You can see the potential. I mean, already the leading scorer on the team, but she is so impressive.
She's just really a tremendous athlete, a great scorer, but I think most importantly, a really intense competitor. She loves the big shot. She loves to take control of her team. She's going to be a great player for Duke.
And Day Wilson hits 2 free throws and becomes the first Blue Devil into double figures tonight. North Carolina paced by Usby with 18. 61-40. Just over 9 minutes to play. I'll say this, the Crazies haven't left. They're hoping for a miraculous run here in the fourth quarter.
They are faithful and they are loyal.
Inside it goes. A deflection by Gordon, 9 to shoot. Hodgson able to chase it down, got into the paint. Tough 2, left it short. Offensive rebound, though, and a fresh 20. And a good look for Kelly, who can't hit a 3. Boy, it is a big-time battle inside, and the foul on the rebounding action is going to go on North Carolina.
Lexi Gordon's been working hard, boxing out all night long.
As we get another look at this battle, you're talking about Gordon doing battle in there with Adams, trying to get the rebound. And the whistle finally came.
There's really not a lot of size on this floor tonight. Really, both teams in 4 guard, sometimes 5 guard lineups.
Day Wilson off of the screen, going to pull from 2. That one won't go, and the weak side rebound for the Tar Heels and Kelly. It's over 8 minutes now. 18 tonight for Usby, 14 for Todd Williams. As North Carolina built a 21-point lead at halftime, and Zelaya scores again. 5 in the first half, now 7 for the night.
Well, and Zelaya, another member of that sophomore class, and I think we're getting a firsthand look here at the future potential of this North Carolina team. Duke knocks one down from long range. There's Elizabeth Balagoon.
Hitting a three to cut it to 20 with just under 8 minutes to go. On the drive, Kelly going to pull in the paint, rattled out. The rebound fought for. Who's got it? Two Blue Devils converge, and it's out of bounds to North Carolina.
And even that, David, that's just way too easy off a one ball screen. The Blue Devils just look tired on the defensive end.
Talking about the night for Zelaya, 7 points, 3 of 6 from the field, a three, a couple of rebounds. Her highest scoring total on the year was 6 at Syracuse. No other game had she scored more than 3, but boy, tonight has she brought it.
She typically only averages 10 minutes a game.
As Littlefield can't hit inside. Day Wilson trying to get closer. Tough pass inside. Akinbadi James to the deck to try to save it. A tie-up is going to keep it on this end of the floor with 21 to shoot.
Carolina's just done a great job of closing up the middle of the floor and not allowing those screen and rolls to happen. They were concerned about it coming into the game. You know how good Duke is off handoffs and screen and rolls. They really want to defend them well, and I think they get kind of an A in that column.
Off the inbound, looked like Goodchild was going to get a good look from 3, but before she could even fire, DeJesus picks up her third on an illegal screen. Start to peek ahead after this one. The Blue Devils are headed to Louisville. That's not exactly easy. And North Carolina's returning home to take on NC State. That's not easy either.
Yeah, North Carolina, they play Duke, they play NC State. They're going to stay in the state of North Carolina for a little while, which is nice to just take a 15-minute bus ride or play at home.
As the officials are over at the scorer's table, I think discussing the possession arrow perhaps. Not satisfied, they're going to bring over somebody for a second opinion. Maybe this is a substitution issue, as they're going to say Balagoon is going to have to go back to the bench. As they're in conversation with Winston Gandy, and DeJesus is going to have to come back. Okay.
There we go. Well, you've got to be excited if you're on the North Carolina coaching staff to see all this youth on the floor and how much better they get with every game. And like you saw the performance by like Kennedy Todd Williams tonight, and how individual players will start to emerge and improve their skills and learn the system and grow. And they're going to be a really good team come tournament time.
Kelly on the drive will pull up. Getting a piece maybe to DeJesus, and here come the Blue Devils down by 20 with under 7 minutes to go. Another dangerous pass and another steal. This time it's Hodgson. Takes it herself and lays it in. It's kind of been the story of the night.
Hodgson again playing defense. We were talking to Coach Banghart about what's it like to have two mid-major players, one from an Ivy League and one from the Colonial, come into your team and make such an impact. And Littlefield and Hodgson, that's exactly what they've done. Their maturity, their leadership, and they're both at the Kenan Flagler Business School getting their MBA with a bunch of 27, 28-year-olds. They're just workers, but they're great leaders, and their impact is surely felt by this North Carolina team.
And of course, Littlefield played for 2 seasons for Courtney Banghart at Princeton before, of course, Courtney Banghart took over in Chapel Hill. You mentioned tournament time. We talked a little bit about that with Kara Lawson, about not just for her team, for teams across the country. How do you evaluate things for the selection committee with the way COVID has intervened in different ways for different teams? And I thought her perspective was so interesting as Balagoon hits a jumper in the paint to cut it to 20, essentially saying, and I think she's right, by the way, you almost need to look at what teams are as you get closer to the tournament. Are they whole? What are those teams going to be like in the in-state tournament? And she was saying that when Duke is whole, she thinks they're going to be really good. Yeah,
she thinks they'll really step up to the next level on both sides of the ball when they get everybody back. It's just a question of, you know, when COVID goes away and when everybody's healthy. As Usby knocks down another one, she is just impressive.
A 20-point night for her and a 22-point lead. Day Wilson trying to answer with a 3. Spins it off the back of the rim, no. And the rebound inside. I think we're going to get a foul. Yep, on Poole, a little bit of a push. With 5:41 to go in this one. And you mentioned it, yes, a difficult challenge talking about that game with NC State, but not a lot of travel involved in the next couple of weeks. North Carolina's going to head to Wake Forest, a couple of home games with Miami and Pittsburgh. They won't leave the state until the day before Valentine's Day.
It's awful nice this time of year to sleep in your own bed, as we see Elizabeth Balogun get 3 around the rim.
Lead kind of hanging around 20 as we come up on 5 minutes to go. Usby again, didn't get the roll this time. Of course, Duke looking to push at every opportunity, trying to create more possessions. Down by 20 as Goodchild floats in for 2. Her first field goal. Had missed her first 9 shots from the field.
I love how she keeps going, though. She's so physically and mentally tough. It's been a tough night from Mila Goodchild.
Poole trying to find space inside. Somehow got it to go.
Talk about tough splits, 2 defenders. Anya Poole, another sophomore from Raleigh, North Carolina. She's a local kid. Played at Southeast Raleigh High School.
As Balogun drives, got it stripped, got it back. Double team. Fed Akabati James, and now out for a Volker 3. Not there. And with 4.5 minutes to go, the Tar Heels have it again, leading by 20. It was a second quarter where North Carolina outscored Duke 28-8. That is decisive right now. That's the margin, as the layup is no good for Poole, and Akabati James is going to pick up a foul. So free throws coming for North Carolina out of the timeout, on their way to their 16th win of the season. Back inside Cameron Indoor Stadium, David Chimay, Debbie Taylor with you here. 102nd meeting between Duke and Carolina, and right now it's the Tar Heels comfortably ahead by 20, 69-49. The ACC is ruthless this year. You look at 7 teams in the top 40 of the net. North Carolina fell out of the AP poll this week, but they're 6th in the net. And Debbie right now looking every bit like one of the top 6 teams in the country.
They really are. And their only 3 losses all came at the hands of ranked teams, NC State, Notre Dame, and Georgia Tech. So, you know, they had lost 3 out of their last 5, but I think they've responded well in this game against Duke tonight.
You see Louisville there at 4 and Georgia Tech at 24. Those are the next 2 opponents for Kara Lawson's team. It does not get any easier in the ACC. 71-49. The lead's been as big as 25. Right now it's 22 with just over 4 minutes to go. Volker for Williams. Tried the pick and roll. Bobbled it inside. They go to the deck to try to save it, and the alternating possession will give it to the Blue Devils this time.
And that's just a bad pass. I mean, good execution on the pick and roll, but you can't pass the ball to the post player's ankles. And that's just the little things that Duke's not doing well tonight that they typically do well.
Off the inbound, they send it in a backcourt. And that's where Lexi Gordon will chase it down. Five to shoot.
Carolina just switching on the perimeter. They've got the bodies that can play that 5-guard looking lineup and just continue to switch and make things difficult for the opponent.
Goodchild couldn't hit a 3. Blue Devils now go below 20% from distance on the night, 4 of 22.
Oh, like you said, David, they're just going to take their time right here. Looking for a post-up mismatch right there on Lee Volker, the freshman. Nicely defended, though.
Hodgson on a baseline drive. Inside it goes. Nice find to Poole. And she's starting to stack them up.
Beautiful pass by Hodgson.
73-49 with just over 3 minutes to go. Goodchild finally got one.
There she is. She's a crowd favorite.
And missed her first 8 threes, and it's 73-52 with just over 3 minutes to go.
Shooters don't stop shooting.
Hodgson. A turnover. And a rare opportunity to run, and Goodchild's behind the pack. Got it to go. Goodchild cuts it to 19, and look at that. North Carolina sitting on 4 turnovers right now. Their season low was like 8 against UNC Asheville. It's incredible.
When they look back at this game, it's going to be a big focal piece because Duke's defense really forces folks into turnovers, and Carolina did just a great job not only taking care of the ball but sharing the basketball.
And Lee played the fewest for North Carolina, was 10 against Boston College, as Williams is going to pick up a foul. And Todd Williams back to the line. And, you know, you've been in that seat as a head coach. And Kara Lawson, when she came to Duke, knew there was going to be some retooling that had to be done. 7 transfers as a part of this team, 9 total newcomers. She's been honest about it. You know it's going to take some time for the chemistry to come together. When you have a lineup that's made like that, I would assume these interruptions almost hurt that much more than a team that's used to playing together. When players come back, you almost have to find your rhythm again, and it's kind of been plug and play because of the way that COVID has intervened with her team.
Yeah, and it's a shame because they were really starting to come together in that win up at Syracuse, and that's when Celeste Taylor got hurt, and I think she's such a big piece of the puzzle for them. They rely on her so much, and Celeste got hurt, and then there were some COVID protocol issues, and players have just been in and out, and then they can't find any consistency in lineups, and there's no continuity, and that's just a really tough situation. But as Coach Lawson told us, she feels really good about the fact when this team is whole again, as she puts it, and they can take it. It's just another step to the next level. They have the pieces. There's Goodchild, as you can see, she's getting going now, but it's a little bit too late.
Cuts it to 17. We saw a moment ago, Usby heads out. What a night for her for North Carolina. 20 points, 9 of 15 shooting, 6 rebounds, made her only 3. Was so impressive as the jumper is good.
I just love
Malu Chitenge.
I love her versatility and how not she scores, but she rebounds, she assists. She just impacts the game in so many ways. As Goodchild knocks down another one.
All of a sudden it looks effortless, and it's down to 16, but only 90 seconds to go. I would imagine I can't shoot it, so you tell me. It's going to be so frustrating. You miss your first 8, and then all of a sudden 3 in a row go. That's why you keep shooting, right?
Well, and that's how it goes. You know, but Mila Goodchild, even with her shots not falling, she's going to give you defensive effort. She's going to give you good execution. She's going to do everything she can to help her team win, but she just really struggled in the scoring column tonight.
Foul on North Carolina in the rebounding action with 109. Duke will get it back. Outscored North Carolina 22-15 here in this 4th quarter, but if you weren't with us earlier, oh goodness, a turnover in backcourt as Volker stepped over the end line. And that is now some 18 turnovers for the Blue Devils. Again, just 4 for North Carolina, well below their season low overall and in league play. But 22-15, the Blue Devils have outscored North Carolina by 7 here in the 4th. But it was that 2nd quarter where North Carolina pulled away with a 28-8 quarter. And Todd Williams was a big part of it. Can't score here, but an offensive rebound and a block shot for Balagoon.
Yeah, and that 2nd quarter was just a great combination of just great defense and efficient offense, and they just created this margin, and Duke has not been able to cut into it.
When you think about for North Carolina, the last handful of games, the offense hasn't been quite as crisp. For Courtney Banghart, I would imagine tonight's an evening to build upon. They were able to get out in transition, which they hadn't really been able to do last handful of games.
They did that, and they moved the ball really well in the half court. You know, they as we said, struggled against Georgia Tech, but Georgia Tech's the best offense best defense in the ACC. They're big, they're strong. They make it really, really difficult to score. But Carolina tonight, their offense looked exceptional.
Winston Gandy emptying out his bench a little bit as well as Adams tries to score inside and does. Destiny Adams, the freshman out of New Jersey.
Another young player on this Carolina team comes in the game and scores. When you look at this roster, there is nobody suited up for this game tonight for Carolina that's not going to return next season. Oh, other than Carly Littlefield. So Carly Littlefield's a graduate student. She's their point guard. But other than that, everybody's back.
Maya Finkley-Guidi gets a bucket. Final 30 seconds now. Inside they go, and a rare turnover for the Tar Heels will be their 5th. But they're still going to end with a season low. And you look, points off of turnovers 27-8. That's a 19-point margin right there, and it's 16 on the scoreboard. That's the story of the game. As DeJesus will make a move maybe for one more bucket. Got into the paint, got that one blocked, and a tie-up's going to give it back to North Carolina. And the Tar Heels, as we said, Duke has controlled the series of late, winning 12 of the last 13, including each of the 2 meetings in the spring of 2020. But North Carolina is going to take it on the road tonight and win at Cameron for the first time since 2014. 78-62 the final score as Courtney Banghart's squad goes to 16-3, 6-3 in the league. The Blue Devils drop to 13-5 and 4-4 in the ACC. Very impressive for North Carolina tonight.
Carolina, a team that has struggled on the road, just played a great game tonight, shooting 45%, taking care of the ball, sharing the ball, getting out in transition offense and creating opportunities. Just a great offensive and defensive performance by the Tar Heels.
20 points tonight for Alyssa Usby. Todd Williams had 15, 3 in double figures for the Blue Devils. Goodchild, Balagoon, and Day Wilson. It was impressive for North Carolina. They shoot 45% from the field, hit 6 3-pointers, and take it by 16 on the road. For our producer, Katie Bassell, our director, Wesley Myers, and of course, Debbie Taylor, I'm David Shumate. Thanks so much for joining us. North Carolina gets it done on the road. They take it by 16, 78-62, as we say goodnight from Cameron.